So today on Dylan Talks Tone, we're going to talk about this thing. This guitar by Gibson has been a huge conversation on the internet for about a week now. And then it's leading into Gibson's whole thing about possibly going bankrupt and all that sort of stuff. The reason I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to do a little editorial on it, give you how I feel about it, is because it directly impacts and sort of indirectly affects this channel and how we approach the material that we share on this channel. And so I wanted to share that with you. It kind of all goes together. The whole thing about Guitar Center suffering and almost going out of business. These articles about the guitar dying and the electric guitars dying. And remember that one from, was it the Washington, with the burnt guitar and everybody getting all worked up. The guitar's not dying. I and other small builders and pickup builders like me are evidence that guitar is not dying. We sell guitars and build more guitars every year. We are constantly growing. Our business is constantly growing. So why are people thinking that the guitar business, the music industry, all this stuff is dying? It's because the old way of doing things is dying. It is. It's changing. It's not just going away completely. The internet, like the YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, is changing how people do business. We do not have a retail space. We do not have a dealer network. We talk to every customer that gets in contact with us. We can scale our advertising and all of our content to huge scale using YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. It's not just about playing in a bar for $125 on Friday night and then the next week having to go and do it again. We do everything at scale. I can do stuff from here, make more money, and not have to haul gear around. It's the 21st century. It's how things are working. The same thing with the guitar industry. Small builders like myself and others who are working direct with customers are being honestly more successful for the amount of money that they invest than somebody like Gibson, who is not in a good place right now. But let's talk about Gibson. Let's talk about this guitar. Everybody thinks that this guitar is so ugly and it's the worst thing ever, and this is why Gibson is failing. And let's go back to Winter NAMM. Everybody wanted to say, Gibson, why aren't you going to Winter NAMM? Well, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to leave the comments below. In the comments below, when you look at Winter NAMM and Summer NAMM, and you're looking for a guitar product, either a guitar or a pedal or an effect, whatever it is, what do you want to see as far as innovation? That is a genuine question. What do you want to see as far as genuine innovation in the guitar business? Here's why. Because everybody's like, well, why didn't they go? We want to see what new thing they had. But then they go to a different show and they show a new thing and everyone hates it. The reason the guitar industry is dying, and it's not, it's just changing, is because guitar players, we are killing it. We're spending too much time on tone wood and nitro finishes and tradition and the way it was done 100 years ago. And we're not thinking about the future of music. The last statistic I saw that I could put any accuracy or validity to was 40% of all guitar sales are new players that have been playing for less than a year. They don't care about all that stuff. They just want to buy a Squire Telly. They want to throw some pickups in it. They want to do some little upgrades. They're going to play through a blues, one of those little new Blues Junior amps. They're going to do, maybe they're going to get a Helix. Maybe they're going to get an effects board. Maybe they're going to do stuff that you're not going to do because you're a traditionalist. And they're going to learn Justin Bieber songs and they're going to be perfectly happy. This is why the music industry is dying. Tradition is dying. The old guard is dying. And I say, let it die. That's why we've changed a lot of the content that we put on this channel, because we want to really welcome and encourage and inspire new players to play music. That's why you don't see us getting super, really super nerdy about some of this stuff, but sharing some more basic knowledge and still keeping, the expert guitar players engaged, but really trying to include the new players that are coming up, and because we want them to play generations on into the future. I don't care about the old farts that are super wound up with traditional junk from the 40s. I don't care about that really. because that is a smaller group of people than this new generation, which is who we really need to encourage to continue to play. I was just talking to a guitar teacher online, and he said he's worried that not in the number of students, but the fact that they will put their guitars down and not play anymore. So it's important to inspire them. So what does that mean? That means that we as guitar players who have been playing for 15, 20, 30 years, I mean, I've been playing for 30 years, do not kill the joy of those that are just coming up today and tomorrow and the next day. Don't go and say, you need a certain guitar to sound good. You need to play a certain kind of music to sound good. That music isn't real music. That isn't real guitar gear. Don't say that stuff. Just get them playing and inspire them to play. That's what we want to do at Dylan Talks Tone. That's what we do with our entire business. That's why we do everything we do, because we just want somebody to feel good and to play and to take the few hours and the few dollars that they have available to themselves for this hobby and make the most of it, right? Like, that's what we want to do. But we all, as guitar players, can have a part in that in this community, to be able to encourage others to play music and not just stamp down their desires because they have a Line 6 amp or they play a Squier or whatever. They are a large part of the new guitar sales sold. Let's encourage them to keep going. Put your comments below. I want to know what you think about this, how you feel you can contribute positively to the up-and-coming guitar players that you know, how maybe we can get away from the tone snobbery, and your input for this channel, what direction you think we should go to encourage more and more and more and more people to play, and also how you feel that you can contribute just to the business growing and growing. My name is Dylan. This has been Dylan Talks Tone. I know it was a little off from what we normally do, but I do these little editorials once in a while, and I'm very curious to hear what you think about it. Now I'm going to go shoot a more technical video that I think you guys will really enjoy. We'll talk to you soon.